Hello, 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 everyone.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina.
And tonight we have the lovely April Williams on today, zooming in from her location. And tonight we're going to just listen to her story. We've talked to her before, so she's been out so many months now. So just a recap on her life and getting out on the COVID relief program, citizen program, and she's going to explain a little bit more because she's helped a lot of other people, individuals, to get out their sentences, get out early as well, and just ask what's going on. How you doing?
I'm doing. How y'all doing?
Doing fine.
So today, we just want you to get a viewers an update on what it took for you to get to this point, and how life has been since you've returned.
Well, it took me approximately 3 months from the time that I originally petitioned the court when COVID-19 initially hit to get immediately released from prison 5 years earlier than my original release date. Since that time, I've helped 4 other people with the same motion to get released as well.
Okay.
So life is great. Life is wonderful.
So how long have you been home?
Since September 22nd, 2020.
Okay, so you're coming up on a year.
Yes.
Hey, how does that feel?
That feels wonderful.
I bet. I already know.
So how was the you adapting? Because me knowing you personally, I know you're a hard worker. So from when I met you many years ago up until now, what has been your work ethic, since you've been home to keep your mind, your mental health together since you've been home?
Well, I stay diligent, I stay positive, I stay focused, no negative activity at all, no negative thoughts, constantly striving in a positive direction. Meaning working every day. I go to church with my mom. I stay active in the community as much as I can, as far as the elderly, my children. I just try to stay around positive people.
How was your transition? Coming home. How was it?
It was extremely hard. A whole decade had passed, and things are extremely different out in the world. Marijuana is legal. It's like, wow.
And what state are you in?
I'm in Michigan.
Okay.
I'm in Detroit.
Minnesota's still lagging behind.
Yeah, it's not legal here yet.
It's so much going on here. I mean, and the world has changed drastically.
What things are you putting in place to because I'm pretty sure it's been really difficult as far as are you driving?
Yeah, I came home. I was extremely blessed. I was driving a month after I got home.
Okay.
I was employed a month after I got home. Well, like 3 weeks after I got home, I had a job.
Oh, wow. Good.
Hard shortly after that. And I got my own place shortly after that. So,
steps.
Ripple. I had a lot of support from family and friends.
Okay.
Inside and out. People that I met inside, and a lot of support from people that I met in the inside. We all kind of network from the outside.
Right. Okay. Well, what do you plan to do going forward after? How long do you have to be on probation?
Well, my goal is to get rid of the probation. I have 4 more years probation. So my goal petition to be removed early because they modified my sentence. Okay. And so at the point in time that they modified my sentence, it gives me the opportunity to ask the courts, well, since you took away these 5 years, let's talk about taking away some of this probation. At
Right.
some,
Okay.
at some, I just want to be sure when I ask the question. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when saying modifying your sentence, could you explain to viewers because they may not know what you mean? Because I know a lot of other people got out with the early release because of COVID, and they still had a sentence hanging over their head. That wasn't commuted or anything like that. So what do you? Can you?
Well, the judge actually gave me time served, which is a little bit different from what other people probably just got released early, and they still that the end of their time is still over their head. I don't have that. My time is gone.
Amen.
Right. Oh, that is so good because I know a lot of people are struggling, and once the COVID epidemic ends, the COVID CARES Act ends, they're looking at being sent back to prison. Have you heard anything of that? Since you do a lot of paperwork for people,
I heard a lot of conversation about people's freedom being revoked,
Right.
it being reversed. Some of this time being reversed, but nobody actually making it back yet. So it's all conversation. I haven't seen anybody being sent back to prison as of yet.
Okay.
Amen.
Do you know what motions in particular that like you could say like right offhand that would help someone that is facing, the fear of going back? Because we had a guest on last week, Kendrick. He was on our you got to check out our podcast from last week. He is facing he's facing going back, right? He's
Wow.
I wouldn't say he's in fear, but I would say, that's the talk, like you said, that the man. So he still has till 2032, but
Wow.
he has done 18 years,
Yes.
right? Because this time is still being counted for him. And so
Okay.
well, his situation was really unique because he explained that the judge, first of all, they took the crack disparity from 100 to 1 down to 18 to 1.
Right.
That knocked a lot off of him, right?
Right.
The judge had the discretion though to give him that, right? But the judge, because Obama passed it for it to go to 18 to 1, but Trump made it to where it was retroactive to push it back, right?
Right.
So Obama stopped it, Trump pushed it back.
Right.
Now, with him, he said that his judge said that he had to stay. That he couldn't qualify. He had the discretion in his hands in Texas. This is in the state of Texas under federal law that he had the it was his discretion for him to make the decision for him to stay. So he has that hanging over his head, which is very sad. Also, they're now talking about taking it all the way down to 1 to 1, making it equal what it should have been in the beginning, right?
Right.
But so he's actually still in the halfway house. And when he has bossed up like major, like he's doing very good, right? He's now working with Coca-Cola. So he's a truck driver, got his CDLs, all that. So my thing for him was that by him being in a corporate, a corporation, they would probably be the ones to fight for him to say, hey, well, send him back for what? He's being very law abiding. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
He needs to prepare paperwork stating exactly what he's doing at this time. Like step by step, like I'm working, like his positive moves, and have it on paper exactly what he's doing, who his supervisors are, and what he's doing to contribute to the community. These are things that can help with when going back in front of the judge. I cannot begin to explain to you that Texas is so behind legally. They were the last state that let the slaves free. Juneteenth is all about Texas. So their interpretation of the law is so wrong. It's so backwards. It's a old concept, and trying to break it down. He needs a really good attorney to break it down. He really does.
Yeah, we told him that we'll continue, to pray and send him resources as we get. And I'm pretty sure, I believe he's, preparing all of his, the good thing, the greater good things
Right.
he's doing and has done already. He has a good following, on TikTok and
Yes, Instagram.
on Instagram. He has a t-shirt line called Life in the Feds.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's doing really well. He got a nice website. He's
Mhm.
successful, at his brand. And so he's doing pretty good. He got 5 kids. Like it isn't, he's a grandfather. It's like,
Right.
what's this point of even sending them back?
Yeah, especially for
There
now.
wouldn't be any point
No.
none at all. There would be. He's already free. What
Right.
would be the point in it?
Right.
But it's all about the interpretation of the law. Like I said, they want to interpret it one way. Right now, he's a free man, and she needs to put it before the Supreme Court if necessary, before
Right.
it even, petition them to ask, them to take a look at the case, because they're the ones that are biased, not the district judges or the circuit judges in Texas, but the Supreme Court. I
Right.
would.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you planning to do anything political wise with all the, the gifts
Well, not
in the writing that you have? What are you
not at this time. I haven't been drawn in that direction. I'm
Okay.
really just still trying to get my balance in this world as far as, how I want to live in it, because obviously we come from these lifestyles, prior to prison,
Mhm.
and adjusting to being, not so much without, but there's just a change and just being content with the smaller things. That's pretty much where I'm going. Family.
Right. Okay.
How long did it take you to get used to the new way of social media?
I'm still getting used to it.
Emailing, how's the email going?
I mean, like I said, I was gone over a decade, and it's like everything changed. Everything is different. Everything. I mean, and I'm pretty computer literate, and just the simple things are very hard for me to do. A Zoom, just all kinds of little things, man. It was like, wow, I felt so ignorant, to the new age electronics,
No,
things I hadn't seen.
We go through the
hey,
same thing.
we're still out here learning. So we
Yeah.
don't. You knew how to Zoom, or what was that? Your sister that knew how to when you did the first interview?
Yes, that was my sister.
Down. She had
Yes.
to tell all of us how to
Yeah,
do it.
uh-huh.
You have to follow her. She's a cool blue. She's a musician,
Okay.
and she's on YouTube.
So okay.
Definitely got to promote her, and she's an upcoming artist trying to, get to be,
Yes,
to be heard and seen. So
her proper handle so we can
Yeah.
still
it's
follow.
a cool blue. AKUA,
Uh-huh.
one word, blue. BLUE.
And
Okay.
she's on YouTube and Instagram.
Yes, she's on. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know about Instagram. I know she's on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
She's
Sure
probably
will
on
look her
Instagram
up.
too. Yes.
Yeah, Facebook. She's on all of them. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to hold you up on your time.
Thank you.
We are very grateful that you gave us
Yes.
the opportunity to first of all interview the first time and then
Yes.
get you back on here. So
Right.
what advice would you give to the viewers that may be facing the same situation or have a family member that's facing the same thing of returning to prison and
Never stop fighting.
COVID?
Never stop fighting. Never stop trying. Because it was just one piece of paper, and I hit I heaved hard and kept putting it off, and I finally petitioned the court, and it happened. So never give up. Never.
And explain also. Okay. Oh, I do need you to say this real fast. The being of the Delta COVID is big now that they're saying
Right.
that it's returning, right? What was it that you did specifically that said, didn't you say that you couldn't have it in order to file for it when you were
Nope.
you were locked up? You could not have it, right?
No, and they were like, okay, just imagine it was a building of 100 women, and out of 100 women, 45 of them got COVID.
Right.
Wow.
So I'm fighting for my life. I had to literally sit in one spot not move. I had a bottle of bleach. You know how I did what I had to do to stay healthy.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Dang.
Yeah, it
So
was just that simple.
didn't they keep you guys like in your rooms?
Well, at some point, but you got ignorant people still in prison, huddled up in rooms, still trying to socialize, and was spreading the stuff right there in prison. It was bad. It was
Mm.
bad. It was real bad.
Was your prison the rooms double bunked or just single rooms?
They were double booked.
Mm-hmm.
So all of you had to. What about? So no one in your room ever got sick?
The lady, she had moved out. She got sick. The Hispanic community misinterpreted the message because they kept huddling up in groups and socializing in groups, and they consequently ended up being the larger group of people that actually caught it in prison.
Okay. Did they give you guys masks when you were in there?
Yeah, they gave us masks. They gave us it was bad. They fed us peanut butter and jelly for like 60 days.
Oh,
it was bad. It was so bad because the people in the kitchen had contracted it. The staff in the kitchen, it was so bad. The water became contaminated in Arizona. You couldn't drink the water. They posted a note. I took a picture of it. Well, we took it down and sent it home. They had fecal matter in the water. It was bad. It was so bad.
Could you order canteen at the time or your own water? Y'all couldn't order.
They had us on limitations. We could only spend $25 a week, or it might have been even a month. I don't know. We weren't shopping regular though. We weren't doing anything regular. They wouldn't even let us use the phone. We went a long time without using the telephone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Did your family just start calling and asking? And
well, I wrote letters, so I'm a writer. I wrote, let them know what was going on, and then in the midst of me petitioning the courts, the Bureau of Prisons petitioned on my behalf as well. So I had a double-edged thing going on.
right.
Whether they let me go or not, I had to judge my motion, and then the Bureau of Prisons said I met a certain health criteria, so I was eligible to leave.
Wow. How, you know what? Just I couldn't even imagine that. Just being around you with everybody sick around you, and
it was so bad.
Yeah, and you being well enough to, be, you have a being in the right state of mind, having the same mind, not losing your mind in that environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the first thing you think is to panic.
Right.
Well, I did panic, but what I did do is I spread the motion that I wrote to as many people as I possibly could, and strongly suggested to them that you submit the paperwork whether or not you think you're eligible or not.
Right.
Right.
These are the times. And before I even knew I got free, I think it was like 3 or 4 more women had gotten back paperwork. So it was the process was going. I mean, we were getting out. This was truly a miracle. It was. Yeah. We were.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people got out.
Was the process pretty quick, you think, or?
I petitioned the court. It was 2 months. I did it in July, as a matter of fact. I was released in September.
Oh, that's good.
Good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be all right.
Yeah. That was pretty.
But that's as quick as the court's gonna move.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's it. I mean, hey, July, September. Oh my God, that's probably as fast as. But they didn't know what they were doing either.
They didn't know.
Right. No, and so they looked, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, they were looking at all the people that was not a risk, right? If you weren't a risk, you're wasting time in here, right? Because they had to move you out because you were getting their people sick. That's all what it's always about, right? That
everybody that's sitting in the campus is eligible for release at that point. That was the problem. That was the problem with the BOP, because we all were low to medium, or medium to low, and we shouldn't even been locked up. We all were eligible to go to a halfway house because of the housing. You're at a camp. You walk off, you walk away. So
Right.
that was the problem. The BOP was scared because their numbers were dropping. The camps were emptying. People
Mhm.
were leaving like 10, I want to say like 10 people a week were leaving.
Oh,
It was bad. It was bad for them as far as
Yeah.
their numbers.
mm-hmm,
Right.
mm-hmm.
So did they ever take the people, anyone from like the FCIs and put them in the camp because it
No,
was
they shut down.
open? They just
That
shut it.
all they shut it down.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So everybody in the camp just went home.
pretty much. It was empty. When I left, it might have been, and this is, if they might have been operating at 40% when I left.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a blessing. Man. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah, it was.
it's
It
sad
really
that it
was.
had to be under these circumstances, death, you know what I'm saying, life or death, but
Right,
you'd rather be at home,
Right.
than
right,
in there under those circumstances,
Mhm.
right.
The worst that you could say that it got, not maybe you witnessed it because like you said it was bad, but that after you left because if it got bigger too when
Let
you
me tell you what they did. They grabbed a bunch of elderly women. This was the worst. They grabbed a bunch of elderly women and told them they met the criteria. Started process. This is what the BOP did. Started processing their paperwork and then told them ladies that they weren't going home.
Oh,
They
wow.
was 20 of them. One lady just died recently. Miss Laura Papolitak. She's from Seattle, Washington. She passed away. They put her in quarantine 4 times to leave.
Mm.
She never made it to the street.
dang. How is her family like they
Like
were
they're
they
very
were they
supportive. You can't be supportive in that it was so much in that situation because the staff they're short staffed, so they got you locked down in your unit.
Mhm.
You're not moving around because it's maybe only 2 people on the whole compound staff wise
wow.
because they were getting it too. You got to understand they
Right,
were the ones coming in and out, so they probably were the ones that brought it in the first place.
right, right,
Because we didn't go anywhere, so we couldn't contract it from anyone. They cut visitation out way early on when it first started.
right,
Mm.
right. Okay, well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for joining in. Thank you
Yes.
for all the information that you gave. We appreciate it. And whatever resources that you need from us, let us know and
I sure will.
keep in
Yes.
touch, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, we need to talk about those grants in the very near future. I have some ideas I've been thinking about. I'll give you a call.
All right.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. Take
Thank-
care.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, guys. It's rough out here. I mean, and it's another variant. Then they're talking about Delta, another variant. I mean, it's terrible.
So with you being in the shop and you were how should I say, you were restricted when COVID first started. So you took a hit from not only your daily routine,
Right.
um, to where you had to reconstruct your whole business as far
Exactly.
as like you are already very sanitary, but just like to the 100th power,
Oh God. Yeah.
Now what do you do? What do you
Pretty
do?
much the same thing. I'm still operating at probably 50-60%, which
Okay.
I have one client at a time come in. I used to have
Okay.
years ago 2-3 at a time finagling. I'm trying to keep it at a limited 1 or 2,
Right.
depending on the services.
Mhm.
So it's like now they talking about the Delta girls.
Right.
Shoot, I'm about to say y'all can come back in here. Everybody wearing masks. I don't care if you're vaccinated, not vaccinated. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's scary. It's really scary out here,
Yeah.
especially when you see and know people that died and
Does
had
it make you go into being, because you're social, so does it make you go into an introvert? Does it make you
I mean, I
be
still talk because
antisocial now?
I talk because a lot of my clients I've been having for like 10 years,
Uh-huh.
more.
Mhm.
So we pretty much know each other, and I know which one's gonna go out and do different activities and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, So what did you do? How did you
I mean,
feel? Because I know you was kind of paranoid. You had alcohol in the car, and you had
well, what I did was I
wipes.
stayed in the house, but really I didn't. It seemed like they told me I couldn't go outside.
Mhm.
So being as though they told me I couldn't go outside, and nobody wants to look like or feel the look
Confined.
or
Mhm.
get the feel of being locked in.
Because we already been locked in.
Yeah. So I had an excuse every day to go outside. And so I constantly, do my vitamins and drink your tea and, do everything that they tell you. At first we were on this big old CMOS, the world,
Oh
CMOS,
yes.
CMOS,
Oh gosh,
CMOS,
yes.
right? That was pretty huge, right? But I could say, I mean, I just did everything that I feel I was supposed to do, and I've been grateful to God that,
You're still healthy.
I think it passed through my system though.
You may
It's
have.
not funny.
You may have.
I was terrified. I think it passed through my system because it was a couple of days that I after New Year's I couldn't taste or smell, but then it came right back.
Right.
I didn't even know the difference. I didn't have no cough. I didn't have no chest pain.
Okay.
One thing that I had, but I never heard nobody say this, I had a leg pain.
I remember you telling me that.
And it was like a Charlie horse. And it came, I could be driving, I could be walking, and just out of nowhere, it was like a sharp pain. And I just like, like, you just, freeze or, like that. And it's like, hold my leg. And
remember I told you water intake.
Yeah, but I was constantly drinking water. So I felt, I never heard nobody say that, but I'm just saying that was something that just different with my body that happened over a period of months. I went into the doctor. I got an ultrasound from the bottom of my ankle all the way to the top, to my heart. They said they didn't see no blood clot. They didn't see anything.
That's good.
But just the fact of on my left side, sharp pain in my calf, and like right above my ankle. And I just kept feeling it like it was just abnormal. But that was the only thing outside of, and when I didn't have the, like I didn't smell for like maybe like 4 days, right? My taste came back right away.
Okay.
And then once I thought like, dang, did I have COVID? You know what I'm saying?
You think, yeah.
I don't know. And then once I did go get checked, I didn't.
Right.
So that's why I said it passed through me, I believe. But other than that, no, I haven't never had no other symptoms.
Okay.
Just drink tea, vitamins, you know what I'm saying?
Stay hydrated pretty much.
Right. I mean, and then they say that it's the people that, you have underlying conditions. Well, everybody has something wrong with them, right? But no, nothing. So
that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
I mean, a lot of people around me also, they have got the shot.
Yeah.
And they always say that with the shot, they had an arm issue. Everybody had an arm issue, or they were sleepy.
Oh yeah.
The next day, they was down for 24 hours, and then after that, they was up, jumping, running.
I think I was sleepy for 2 weeks.
Really?
Girl, I just wanted to sleep. Yeah.
2 weeks, really?
Yeah, girl, 2 weeks.
You
I'm
didn't
telling
have clients for 2 weeks?
Oh, I had clients. I just.
Well, one time I remember you had a client, you had to go home. I kept begging you, just go home, girl. Tell the lady that you would do it again. Yeah.
Girl, look, I think I got up in the morning. I was like ready to go. I was like, yeah, I feel good, and had a couple clients. Girl, every time 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, between 1 and 2, I got tired. I'm like ready to go to sleep.
Oh wow!
After the shot for 2 weeks.
Wait, hold on. Was that the time that you got the shot?
Yeah,
ain't that crazy?
2 weeks after.
Oh my God!
Within
so right at the
period.
2 weeks later, and that must have been, how they say side effects happen when things are wearing down.
Hey.
So maybe that's when it started lowering, like your dosage started lowering or something. I don't know. I'm just
assuming. Look, but the thing is now when I sit and think, I'm like, okay, I took the vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear all the CDC and everyone saying, well, everybody should wear a mask, even the people that's vaccinated.
Right.
I'm like, now I'm having these mixed emotions. Like,
Right.
I shouldn't even took the shot. Why did I,
Well, because you felt like you should, because you provide a service.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I understand, because that's your bread and butter. So you want to make the clients feel safe, right?
And myself safe as
Right,
well. So
right.
that's why I took it. And hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully this stuff will pass. God, Lord, just
So you
shadow
suggest
us,
that everyone takes
cover
the
us.
vaccination?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think
Because which one did you do?
I did Moderna.
Moderna.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's the two?
The 2 shots.
Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you say, since you've had it, is it like the flu effect?
It was. Yep. Let's see. The first shot, well, both shots I was down. The next day, that night. So I took the shot around 4 or 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And that night around 10, I felt feverish.
Okay.
My body was hot. Felt feverish both times.
Okay.
And I think that's the worst. I felt tired. I did have diarrhea on one. Oh, girl. I was going to the bathroom. I said, look, y'all, I'm going to have to counsel some of y'all, baby, because I'm in the bathroom more than I'm doing
Well,
hair.
I mean, did you lose weight?
Girl, I wish. I'm trying to
You
lose
use the
something. While we
bathroom.
talking about weight now, SHU, baby, we need to be, we going to update y'all because we going to get on this workout regimen.
Okay.
So
one day
we gonna get together. Ain't no one day we gonna start doing this. Oh my God. So I guess
that's it. Yeah, we can wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the SHU. Make sure y'all check us out on Mondays every morning. Thank you.
Have a nice night.
I'm in the right direction. I'm into this ocean.
Yeah.
Traveling in slow motion. Battling with the question. I'm in the right direction.
Share to IGTV.
Oh yeah.
Traveling in slow motion.
Okay, what do we